Hey everybody, this is Josh from Rebel Talk with JB, and I'm joined by Coach Hubbert from TR Miller, and he's gonna break down his side of the Reeltown and TR Miller matchup that's happening at the Crampton Bowl tomorrow. I just got a few questions for you, Coach, before we uh, well, first, I guess I want to ask about. I know about guys like J.R. Jernigan and Nathan Commander and Miles Johnson, but obviously there's a lot more to a team than just three players. So, who are some of the other guys that are going to play a key role in this matchup?
No, we got, everybody's got guys that you hope they play a key role. Kavarius Bell was our leading tackler last year. He's back. Um, we look for him to do a lot of good things. Terrence Battles plays some tight end and plays outside linebacker. C.J. Stanton is one of our defensive tackles. We look for a big season from. C.J. Gibson's another one of our strong offensive linemen that we look for a big game. Not only this week, but for the entire season. Those are some of the guys that will have to be our bell cows, and we'll hang on. Quavian McCants at running back behind Miles. Those are some guys that really stick out.
Yes, sir. And you guys run a great football program. By the way, I've got nothing but good things to say about y'all. I mean, probably honestly gave Montgomery Catholic their toughest game last year, all year long, and I mean, and I obviously I've followed you longer than just at TR Miller. I know your history at Maplesville, winning 3 consecutive state titles there, which but what kind of I guess I want to get a little bit of background. What kind of led to you taking the TR Miller job? I guess a bit of a step above Maplesville.
Well, I had been my last year at Maplesville was my 25th year. Uh, you start thinking, is there something else out there? Did you fire? You start questioning the fire you have. Do you want to start over? Do you want to try to do some things? So it was an easy decision to apply. And getting the job was a great honor. If I walked out of coaching tomorrow, I will have coached at Maplesville and TR Miller. I can't ask for a better blessing as far as coaching profession.
Oh yes, sir, absolutely. As someone that I'm looking to get into coaching one day myself, it would be an honor to coach at places as historically successful as Maplesville and TR Miller one day. So I definitely understand that. And so I want to transition into a little bit about Reeltown. Do you feel like you have an idea offensively and defensively as to what Reeltown will be doing this year, or or do you think? I'm just. Do you have an idea of what they'll be doing offensively and defensively?
Well, we obviously we have to base on their past, and Coach Johnson played for a legendary coach there. He grew up there, and they've always hung their hat on a couple of sets, and you're always going to go back to your roots and what you believe in. We do the same thing here, and I've always done the same thing in my coaching as far as offensive and defensive philosophies. And there's always that opportunity when you have different athletes that come along that you have to change and do some things different. We know about Jamarcus Smith. We know his arm. We know about the skilled receivers, Tay Martin and those guys. And we know that they have a strong running back and a big offensive line. So we can prepare for some of the things they've done in the past, and then we also have to be prepared for some things that we may think that they may be doing.
Yes, sir. I mean, me myself, I don't know like exactly what we're gonna be doing. You know, Coach Johnson keeps that under wraps pretty well. Um, but you know, I know you mentioned Tay Martin and Jamarcus Smith and the running backs. You know, that I mean, we definitely got a lot of guys to look out for. But so do y'all. I mean, y'all have a lot of guys to look out for too. So the amount of talent on the field and playing at a big stage like the Crampton Bowl. Do you think that there's going to be college guys, college scouts there to watch this game, to maybe possibly get some of these other guys, some eyes on these other guys?
I don't know. You know, with their access, college staffs have so much access now to Huddle, uh, and those things. I don't know that being in attendance will be a big thing, but actually being able to pull that tape and view that, and being in a venue that it's in and against quality opponents, it definitely it can't hurt.
Yes, sir. And this won't be the first time you've coached a game at the Crampton Bowl. I think you guys played Fife. What was it, 2016, 2017?
Yeah, I'm not exact. It's one of those years we played at Maplesville the year before in a little jamboree, and I think we had won the state 14, and Coach Benefield and myself became pretty good friends. So we kind of, hey, let's play. Nobody expects us to play. Let's get together. And they drove to Maplesville and we played. And we were supposed to return the favor, and the state got wind that we were going to play anyway. So they asked us to play in Montgomery. So, you know, we both were hot at that time. They still are. So it was a good matchup.
Yes, sir. And it's a battle of two coaches that have experience coaching on big stages like this. What is it like to coach on a big stage? I know you've coached in both Jordan Hare and Bryant Denny, and then also at the Crampton Bowl. What is it like to experience that coaching on a big stage like that?
Well, I just, I think the biggest thing is the importance of getting your kids exposure and seeing them. They'll get over it by the time pregame's over with. I think that's one advantage I think that Reeltown has playing last year in the state championship game and playing in that venue, and then our kids will be a little bit of awe walking into Crampton Bowl. Although it's not an Alabama or an Auburn, it's still a historic grand facility that it hosts bowl games and things like that. So you just got to take it. For me, I've been doing this so long. I get excited for the kids.
Yes, sir, and that's what it's all about is the kids. I mean, I've heard plenty of coaches say, if you're not in it for the kids, you're not in it for the right reasons. And but yeah, and I have no doubt that you guys might not have played on a big stage recently as far as the Crampton Bowl, but you guys have played in some very big games, and you guys have played some very tough teams like over the years. And TR Miller always plays a tough schedule, and that's the thing. You want to play a tough schedule because that's always going to make you better. What kind of went into, you guys play us at the Crampton Bowl tomorrow, and then you play a Strawn who's led by, I believe he was a coach at Andalusia as the new head coach at Strawn, and then you guys play UMS Wright down the road, and of course Hillcrest, Evergreen, and Flomaton in the region. There's some very tough teams too. Bayside Academy. What kind of went into making that non-region schedule? Like, you just wanted to kind of test yourselves?
Well, I think a lot of coaches get caught up on schedule and wins. I've won the two places I've been. I don't think you get that luxury. And if you have a shot in the playoffs, you better have been tested. We did it at Maplesville playing. Once again, going back, we played Reeltown. We would play Leeds. We played Fife in Jamborees. We would play Sweetwater when they were not in the region. Try to keep those schedules. We traveled out of state and played some games. So to some teams that recently won state championships, just trying to battle test and make sure if you do have an opportunity to playoffs that you've been through that water.
Oh yes, sir, absolutely. And in the playoffs, you're always going to see very tough teams, especially once you. I'd say once you get past the. Well, they say once you get past the first round, you kind of weed out the pretenders, and then it's nothing but contenders. But I think just being able to make the playoffs makes you a fairly tough team. That I mean,
I've seen 4 seeds win the state championship. So.
Oh yes, sir, and that I mean there's some very tough regions out there too. So sometimes a 4 seed might be more like a 1 or 2 seed in another region. You know, there's some very tough and then you got to factor in. You know, sometimes you have those 9-team regions too. You know, it's a lot harder to make it to the playoffs in a 9-team region than a 6-team region.
Yep.
But I didn't know you guys had played Leeds when you was at Maplesville. I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find some of those games, because that's back when Coach Etheridge was at Leeds.
Yep.
Yeah,
we had some good ones. We had 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but yeah, Coach, I don't want to keep you on too long. I just kind of wanted to get some of your insight into the game and learn a little bit about you too. But yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, having me on. I look forward to a good game tomorrow. We're excited about it.
Yes, sir. I'll be there in person. You know, I'm obviously rooting for my Reeltown Rebels, but hey, after that game, I'm rooting for you guys the rest of the way.
Well, we appreciate it. We take all the rooting we can get. I promise you.
Yes, sir, and y'all have a great fan base in TR Miller, and I have no doubt that the Crampton Bowl is going to be packed by these 2 communities tomorrow.
I hope you're right. It'll be a good atmosphere.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, all right, Coach, you have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, that was Coach Hubbert, the head coach at TR Miller, and we kind of learned a little bit about some of the players that are going to contribute, other than the 3 that everybody knows about. You know, I learned a good bit about that, and I try not to go into too much detail about us, but I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, I appreciate him coming on, and now as far as Reeltown, as far as I know, we're fairly healthy. I haven't heard about any injuries or anything, but I don't have an exact starting lineup, but I can tell you, and obviously I've went over the player position previews, but since then we've had a linebacker transfer in from Fultondale, and we've had a receiver transfer in from Tallahassee, a 6'2" sophomore. And we also have a running back, Zarrell Lockhart, who's my dad said he's about 6'4", 230 or 235. He plays running back, so we got a big back to spell Traylon Roberts, and of course Traylon Roberts is a beast himself. You know, bench pressing 300 pounds he's going into his sophomore year, bench pressing 300 pounds. So we've got a lot of talent, and so does TR Miller, and I promise you tomorrow is going to be an absolute war, and these guys are ready for it on both sides, and like I said, after this game, you know, win or lose, I'm going to be rooting for TR Miller the rest of the way. You know, I picked them on my Football Talk with JB channel to go to the state championship and play Fife in the state championship game, but yeah. But anyways, that's going to do it, guys, and I'm going to see y'all later. Rebel Talk with JB out. Peace.